Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Link 9 Light Clear Glass Round Pendant. So there are two versions of this pendant. This is the one with the clear glass. This is the 131108. There's another one which is going to be using two different other types of glass, same shape, but it's going to be clear with bubble or clear with white thread. That's the 131100. Go watch that video too and go check out the page for it just so you see both versions of this, okay? A lot of details, let's dive in. So let's get into the height of the fixture body itself, and that's going to be the piece that's the metal piece holding the glass independent of the cable coming down. So it's 16 inches high, and the width of that piece, the metal to metal measurement, is about just a hair over 3 inches. So it gives you an idea of how large those bodies are. Overall height, now we're talking the distance from the bottom of the fixture, bottom of the glass of the lowest piece, to the ceiling itself. And you're going to have two ranges. So you have cables that are going up and going into these grippers, and the two ranges are going to be listed on that down pull-down menu. So one of them is going to be 19 to 80, and the other one's going to be 19 to 130. So that should cover pretty much everybody out there, especially if you have a super tall two-story foyer and you want to drop these from there, staggering them or have them at different heights. It's really up to you how you have them. So let's talk about how that all works. So you have the fixture body, you have these cables going up into the canopy, which we're going to talk about canopy now. That's the part that goes on the ceiling. So that's coming in at 20.5 inches in diameter. And the overall size of this fixture is really around the same thing. It's 20.5, 20.5. That canopy is going to be about that thick. It's holding a driver, which is takes a driver and transformer. It's going to take your line voltage down to low voltage, so you can touch these cables without any problem at all. And it's going to take that down to a small socket that's inside of that glass, inside of that holder. It's called a T4 socket, which you can see next to me. Very small socket, a couple little holes in it. The bulbs have little prongs on them that go in, so you're good to go there. Up in that canopy, when you feed these cables into that canopy, they're going to be going into something called a gripper. And a gripper is basically exactly what it sounds like. So you're feeding the cable in, and it goes in one direction and it won't come back out. However, if you do want to back it out, you just use your thumbnail and you push it into it, and it releases the lock and allows you to bring it back down again. Do not cut any wires until you get all the things down below exactly staggered, exactly how you want them to be, okay? And I want to show you more about the canopy, and how we're going to do that is we're going to look at the install instructions. So if you're on the page for this on HandmadeInVermont.com, look over on this side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. So these are the papers that are going to be in the box when you get this. This is a great opportunity for you to see inside the canopy with the drawings on that page, as well as how everything goes together, and a full parts list. It's all going to be there. So take advantage of that on this fixture and all the Hubbardton Forge fixtures, because we always have that link over there. Okay, it's going to be going over your standard 4-inch junction box, but there's other places on that canopy where it's going to attach to your ceiling, also in those diagrams for you to look at. 34 pounds overall weight for this fixture. That's everything included. Make sure your installer knows that. It's a good idea. Okay. Moving on from there, why don't we talk about those sockets and the bulbs that you can use in those sockets. So, like I said, G4 sockets down below. Let's talk about the LEDs, because this is a dedicated LED fixture. You can't use halogens in it. You're going to be limited to up to 4 watts in each bulb. So a 4-watt LED G4 is the equivalent of a 40-watt halogen bulb, and you have 9 of these, so that all adds up. So you don't have to go for the full 4 watts. These bulbs come in a couple different ways. They come in 4 watts, they come in 3, 2, and 1.5. And the best way to find them, quite honestly, is Amazon. So if you go on Amazon and you just put into that search bar G4 LED, and up will pop just a big plethora of them, so you can check them out. They come in different looks. You can see them next to me. Those same wattage equivalents. A 1.5 watt is the equivalent of a 20-watt halogen. Like I said before, a 4 watt is the equivalent of a 40 watt, and then anything between is what you think it would be. And they come in different color temperatures. So you'll notice that a lot of these are going to be in 2700 Kelvin, which is the equivalent of, like, remember the incandescent bulbs we all grew up with, and if you dim them down, they kind of yellow up a little bit? That's 2700 Kelvin. The light coming down on my hands right now, These bulbs above are LEDs, and this is 3000 Kelvin. And I consider this warm white too, so don't be afraid to go for the 3000 if you see those too. And the bulbs are so inexpensive you can play around with them and see which one's the best. It's a dimmable fixture. Make sure that you tell your installer you're going to be using dimmable LEDs so they know what to put on the wall there for the dimmer. And then also make sure that you buy dimmable LEDs, because you'll notice that even on Amazon some of these are not dimmable, so it's really important to, just to kind of keep a close eye on that. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things, so you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.